Hello, everyone. This is Dylan, one of our avian care technicians, with this week's patient update. So let's get started. First up are our three great horned owl chicks. These birds came from Cookville, and they are currently in our ICU where we are feeding them and also making sure that we are wearing a ghillie suit when we are giving them their food. Because the biggest worry when dealing with chicks is them imprinting on people, which is where they associate humans with food, which is not great for releasing them into the wild. So these birds, we're gonna keep on feeding and having it where we're going to be wearing that ghillie suit to hide our face and the rest of our bodies, and we'll keep taking care of them until we can release them back into the wild or re-nest them with a new parent. Next up are our two golden eagle chicks from the Wind River Reservation. These birds came in because unfortunately one of their parents got hit by a car and the other one abandoned the nest. Researchers in the area noticed that the parents weren't coming to the nest and that these chicks were abandoned. So they were brought into our center to be evaluated. We are currently taking care of both of them, also making sure when we feed these chicks, since they are only about 3 weeks old, that we are wearing that ghillie suit that I was mentioning earlier. We are also making sure that we're separating the two when we are feeding them because the older one is also a little more food aggressive and picking on the younger one in order to get that food. So we are going to evaluate these birds, hopefully be able to re-nest them. Next up is Great Horned Owl 311. This bird originally came in because it was emaciated and it was from Riverton, Wyoming. Luckily, this bird is doing a lot better, is up in weight, and has began flight conditioning in our flight barn. And this bird is doing some amazing flights, and we're hoping to put it back into the wild shortly here. This is Swainson's Hawk 426. This bird originally came in due to a left eye injury that was caused by barbed wire. We are treating that eye with a few eye drops, and we are waiting for it to clear up so that we could better evaluate it. This bird is on cage rest until that eye clears up so that we can look into it and see what's fully going on. This is Swainson's Hawk 5-3. This bird originally came in with a fractured coracoid and blood in its trachea. We are currently having that bird on cage rest due to those injuries, and a raptor like this showing a defensive posture, as you can see in the picture, is very normal for them to display this. It is common for them in the wild to act big and scary in order to either ward off other predators or even other raptors in some cases. Next up is Golden Eagle 3-9. This bird originally came in with a right ulna fracture, and this bird has actually a relatively tight wing where we have been doing PT every day to loosen it up. It's still a little tight, but we're hoping to continue that treatment plan. And then once that wing is a little loosened up, we'll move into our flight barn for flight conditioning, and hopefully we will be able to evaluate it for those flights. And that's this week's patient update. Thank you so much for joining us. If you want to keep wild birds wild, please click the link below to donate. Thank you so much, and please follow us for next week's patient update to keep tuned in on our current patients and how our new ones are doing. Thank you so much, and until next time, see you then.